Good morning and welcome to your weekly 5-minute market outlook presented by Coinbase Advanced. So let's get straight into it. Bitcoin, as you guys know, has been ranging in price discovery for the past 10 days. Now, when Bitcoin enters price discovery or breaks out of a long consolidative period and establishes acceptance in that new price range like it's doing right now, it gives altcoins all the leeway to thrive and run. As you guys have seen over the past week, the minute that Bitcoin showed acceptance, and what I mean by that is as it has its correction, Giga Chad buyers came in, they defended price, they did not allow price to trade all the way back to a perfect retest of 110K. They came in, they bid 115, 116K, and that led to Bitcoin now ranging over the past 10 days. This environment catered to altcoins absolutely being able to flourish. You've seen that in Ethereum, you've seen that even in Solana, which has not been the best performer over the past, I'd say even year. Altcoins across the board have gotten the bid. And now many altcoins, which we'll discuss in a few minutes, such as ETH, is entered that Giga Chad 4K resistance, right? We'll quickly flip over to ETH, take a look at this just so I can show you guys. This is the final boss, right? This is the level of all levels for Ethereum. This is the place that Ethereum has rejected upon for 4 years, right? A lot of these Ethereum 4K moves have led to very significant local tops in the market. So how are we going to break through this level? What we want to see is we want to see Bitcoin once again take the reins, establish dominance, and break us to the next level higher. So how are we as traders going to do that? What are we going to do to position ourselves the best way possible? For me, I take plenty of trades on an intraday basis, but I think as far as swing trades go, or trades that you want to place to trade beyond this local value, you don't really want to, as they say, diddle in the middle. You really don't want to open up positions in the middle. If you're day trading, like I said, if you're intraday trading, 100% viable. But if you're looking for these big swing positions, you want one of two things to happen. Now, I think you guys have heard probably through CT over the past week or 2 weeks, a lot of people looking for 114K, 115K, and for good reason. I'm going to label out all the confluence in this region, why different traders are looking for kind of the same thing. So number one, as of last night, we had a wick down. Now we've got relative equal lows to target. Number two, we've got the daily trend, right? A daily trend is a core part of my trend-based system, catching up to price. So a retracement back to the daily trend would be a buying opportunity. As you guys have seen, we've pretty much respected the hell out of the daily trend for 6-8 months now, right? Flipping the daily trend at the lows, holding it here. Yes, we did have a breakdown on the World War III event. Look at the reclaim, look at the retest, and we sent, right? So a daily trend would also be a very viable place to bid. Now you've got the fair value gap traders who are looking at the fair value gap here between 115K and 113.7. You've got the CME gap traders, right? Let me quickly pull up the Bitcoin CME chart. You've got the CME gap here that you can target. You've got the VWAP traders. I'm going to quickly do this as well, right? We have shifted now back into monthly value. We're trading at monthly value area high right now. A push down to the monthly VWAP would coincide with about 114.5K. So should price get to this region, I think there's plenty of confluence to look to bid that location. Now, number two, let's say we don't get this. Such a consensus trade. Everyone's looking for it. Everyone's stacking bids there, and we don't get it. What's the next place to want to look to bid? You want a clean breakout. You want a clean breakout and price to accept outside this value the exact same way that I traded this, right? I traded this on the timeline. I talked about the clean breakout. I talked about the shallow retest. We spent a lot of time trading in a fixed range volume profile or building up value. We had this Giga Chad breakout, shallow retrace, and then we full sent. We're looking for something of the same in this region. But once again, I would suggest for you guys not to open up positions in the middle. That's a very difficult place to manage your emotions, to manage your position, to manage your risk, because you could take a lot of drawdown and still be correct in your thesis that we go higher. But in the short term, you're messing with your psychology. You're going to probably hinder other trades in your portfolio. You're going to start trading your P&L. So try to avoid it the best that you can, in my opinion and my humble advice. Moving from here, we only got a minute left. Like I said about ETH, 4-hour trend trading, it has been super clean. We have held the 4-hour trend since our last local breakout. We spent a lot of time in this 25K region. 4-hour trend trade breaking out. We're in Giga Chad resistance, like I mentioned, around 4K. If the 4-hour trend breaks down, I'd be looking to a gap down to the daily. Now, this is a massive drop. The thing is, if ETH just ranges and holds in this region, the daily trend will continue to catch up. That gap will bridge a little bit, and it will be a shallower dip. So if there's a flush, if you get that 115K type of move, and Bitcoin does, or excuse me, if Ethereum does lose the 4-hour trend, I personally would be looking for something around the daily trend to bid on Ethereum. We're running out of time. We're going to save altcoins for the next time. Thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you next week for the market outlook.